Our unconscious mind is there to protect and preserve our body. What does it mean? See, we are not consciously making our heart pump blood and making us live alive. We are not consciously doing that. See, every day our heart is pumping about 7,600 liters of blood. And it is making sure that our body temperature is maintained. And we are not consciously breathing. We don't have to consciously look into us and say, oh, we have to breathe now and we have to breathe out now. It is the unconscious mind making sure that we are alive. It protects us and preserves our body. 95% of what we do, who we are, is our unconscious mind. Only 5% is the conscious mind. See, even though I'm a counselor, a psychotherapist, because after learning all this hypnosis and NLP and all that, I don't really believe that the talking therapy works for everybody. It may work, but it takes a long time for people to achieve anything out of it. The reason being, you're only working with the 5%, very small part of you. So people can go for years and years for therapy and no change in their life at all. And see, from 0 to 7 years of age, all our programming, all the things these kids go through, they absorb them as a sponge. It becomes their conditioning and programming. Most of their core beliefs, values, what is right and wrong, is actually unconsciously formed in them until they are 7 years old. That's why we have to be really careful with the kids, what they teach them, or how we bring them up and things like that. It is not destined, however. See, even though we have been programmed, we are not destined to live with that. We can change that. I'm a living proof of that. Every programming, every conditioning that we have, we form that because that actually protected us at that particular time. And unconsciously, see, this conscious mind is like a filter. Whatever goes through this filter becomes your conditioning. It becomes your programming. If you type something on the computer, like for example, take a calculator, and if you type 2 plus 2, it's always going to give you 4, isn't it? Because that's the programming it has. It's not going to change the result just because you typed 1,000 times. That's the programming of this calculator. So likewise, we have been programmed to believe certain things. We have been programmed to believe certain cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, or what is right and wrong. What is right for someone is not right for someone else. What is the right religion is not right religion for another person. Why? It is because of the beliefs that we form. We can change that. And one of the fastest way to change these beliefs and programming and conditioning is hypnosis and neuro-linguistic programming. You can also use meditation for that as well. But meditation, you need to have focused attention. With neuro-linguistic programming and hypnosis, you don't really have to have this focused attention. So what is happening here? See, you can make these changes just by doing something repeatedly as well. Like repetition makes things becoming part of you. If you ride a bicycle or if you drive a car repeatedly, You don't even have to think about riding a bicycle after some time. You don't have to think about driving a car or something after some time. Because it becomes part of you, it becomes a program in you. With every problem that we have, it is the same thing. It could be a depression, it could be that your illness. I'm talking about illness because I had a client coming to see me recently, and she had depression. She came to see me for depression, but when I did an assessment with her, I found out that she has lupus and things like that, and I made sure that she sees a doctor and all that. She's already on medication for that. But then she said there's no improvement at all. And I remember that I gave a particular technique to one of my friend to use. She had lupus as well. I'm saying had because it was in the past. She had lupus, and all she did was erasing that from her consciousness. There's a particular technique for that. So I told this particular client, you need to talk to your doctor as well, and I'm going to work with your depression and also going to give you these techniques. I want to work with that. I want you to work with that. And her depression's gone totally. And my friend's lupus, there's no trace for lupus. And this is a client that I started seeing her just recently. So I just want to, I will probably update you later on about what's happening with her lupus. But this is not about that. This is about how can you change your consciousness to achieve whatever you want. Have that happiness. Have that peace in your life. How many of you struggle to sleep? You know, I'm also working in another place. I'm working for an Aboriginal organisation. And like a lot of people talk about not being able to sleep at all, or when they wake up they feel like they haven't had a good sleep. I almost always have the best sleep. I say that because I'm working with the 95% of myself. I mean to say, I'm working with my unconscious mind. Because I'm not working with the 5% of my mind, that analytical mind, because it doesn't really make any changes for me. And the unconscious mind creates what I want. I sleep really peacefully. I have the deepest sleep. When I wake up, I feel really rejuvenated and I feel very rested. And if you want to make changes, do something repeatedly. It becomes part of you. If you don't change something and if you do the same thing again and again, you're going to get the same result. So if you want to change something, change your lifestyle and repeat that. It can feel really difficult and very hard. Your body and mind and everything is going to fight with you. But if we change that, and once it becomes really hardwired, it becomes your second nature. So thank you for watching. Thank you.